Hey guys, what's going on? Peter Cruz here. Today I want to do a quick little mini review. I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube, especially of the Hughes and Kettner Tubemeister 18. They've also got a Tubemeister 5 and a Tubemeister 36, which is the new kid on the block type, you know. But I've got a Tubemeister 18 I was going to do a little review for. And I'm not going to do any playing today. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the features, and I'll upload another video with some playing and some, true on testing and so forth. But I thought I'd just give you an overview of the Tubemeister right now, just so you can kind of get the lay of the land, so to speak. So when you buy it, it's going to come in a cute little carry bag. And honestly, I mean, the whole thing fits in here, and you've actually got room in the pocket for like some guitar cables, foot switch, whatever. You probably won't be able to fit any effects pedals in here, only because, I mean, it literally is a tight fit into this little carry bag. But I mean, just think about it. Throw a guitar in a gig bag and throw it on your shoulder, carry this in your other hand, and you got room in here for a speaker cable to hook up your Tubemeister to a cabinet, get to the venue, to your church for your praise group or whichever. If you already have a cabinet there, just plug it in and you're good to go. Real simple, real road. I'm not gonna say road worthy, because this isn't gonna protect it on a tour bus or on a plane on a flight. But for your typical little gig around town, it definitely rocks on, rocks on. But anyway, Tubemeister 18, like I said, fits in that little carry bag, and this is it. Weighs a decent amount. I would say probably about 15, 16 pounds. Don't weigh a whole lot. But it is all tube, which for the weight is really kind of amazing. And of course this is the Tubemeister 18, so it's going to put out 18 watts. But I'll get more into the wattage deal later, and then the power soak that they have built into it and stuff like that. But basically you're looking at a all-tube lunchbox type amp. It's got two 12AX7 preamp tubes. It's got two EL84 power tubes. And it's got a couple of pretty hefty transformers. And of course, once I do when I fire it up for the actual play test, you'll actually see that the whole front panel here has this blue illumination, and you'll see in the traditional script Hughes and Kettner logo will actually be lit up across the front, and on the bottom right over here it will actually say Tubemeister 18. It's pretty slick. It's got a plexiglass front, so you can actually see all the blue LED lighting up the plexi front, as well as the tubes behind it and the transformers. And of course the tubes will glow, look like you're a pretty orange, whichever. And other than that, it's basically, it's actually a metal case, and it's got these beefy metal handles on the end that have Hughes and Kettner like engraved on them. And of course you got them on both sides. And it's a metal case. I think the bottom might actually be plastic. Maybe it is metal or aluminum or something. And across the back you got some more goodies and some more goodness. Basically you've got your power plug, where you plug in your power mains into the wall. And underneath it's actually got the fuse. So if you happen to blow a fuse on it or something, the fuses are actually right here, and won't require necessarily a visit to the amp tech, although that may be recommended in some cases depending on what your facility is with changing that type of thing. You got your speaker jack. Now of course you only got speaker jack. Not like some of these more advanced people that have all these different cameras running at the same time. But anyway, speaker jack, which will let you hook up your Tubemeister to an 8 ohm cabinet or to a 16 ohm cabinet. 4 ohms or anything below 8, forget it. You may actually do some damage to the Tubemeister, but it is set up for either an 8 or a 16 ohm load. Now if you get the Tubemeister cabinets that Hughes and Kettner puts out, which are a single 12, they do come as 16 ohm, and they come with a pass-through, so you can actually get two to make yourself a little mini stack. And you connect your Tubemeister to the first one, and then the pass-through to the second, and then basically you've got an 8 ohm load at, running the two 16 ohm cabinets that way. Next to the speaker cabinet jack, we've got the power soak. And it's just a little knob here on the back. Go from silent mode all the way to that side, then you go to 1 watt, 5 watts, and then the full on 18. What that allows you to do, and what I've begun doing myself personally, is, to me, that's the volume knob on the Tubemeister. You find yourself a nice little distortion sound, not so much for cleans, because I mean cleans stay pretty clean for the most part unless you've got both master and gain on the clean channel cranked up to max. Then it'll get real gnarly and kind of hairy and that sort of thing. But on your lead channel, whether you get the boost engaged or not, you can really play with the volume, the gain, as well as the master volume to get that just the right amount of distortion, the right amount of gain, hair, whatever you want to call it. And then once you got that set just right, you can kind of make adjustments on the fly with your power soak. So let's say you've got a great tone that you love for your for your boosted leads or your just rhythms, and you kick in the boost with the foot switch. Then let's say you're in rehearsal and you rehearse in your garage or whatever. 5 watts might be more than enough. So then you don't even need to touch the volume control necessarily. You could just set it to 5 watts, and you're not overpowering anybody. But then now you turn around, you guys go out and play. You have a gig or something, and you're on a big stage, and you got a PA system, the whole thing, and everyone's turning it up. Well, now you can just sit there and switch it to 18, and you're cranking out some serious volume. Now, if you were to hook this up to a 4x12 at 18 watts, you'll have no trouble whatsoever keeping up with anyone. However, even at 5 watts or 1 watt with a 4x12, you probably do some pretty good volume. But even with the Tubemeister cabinets, outside of a very large gig, I think we would have any trouble keeping up volume-wise, even with loud drummers. I think 5 watts would probably be pretty close to what you'd probably need, but you've always got 18 if you want to blow them out of the water and just have no trouble keeping up with anybody. So anyway, that's the power soak. And incidentally, I think I forgot this part right here. All the way to this side here is what they call 0 watts, or the silent mode, which is great if at 2 o'clock in the morning you decide you get the idea you want to record a rhythm track, and so you got a Pro Tools rig in your house or your apartment or whatever, and you want to drop down a few tracks, leads, or song ideas or whatever. You can fire up your Tubemeister, leave it cranked to whatever you've got it set for your gigs or your rehearsals, and bada bing, you got it on silent mode. Plug it direct into your interface, put on the headphones, sit there and drop some shred down, and your girlfriend or your wife or your mom sound asleep, no one wakes up, everyone's happy, and you got your shred down. Now that definitely rocks. Okay, next up we got the tube, what do they call it? Tube safety control or something to that effect. Basically it's an automatic biasing circuit that they have built into the Tubemeister. And what it does is it adjusts the tube bias on the 2 power tubes, the EL84s, ongoing, all the time. And as the tubes start wearing out, maybe in different rates, maybe one wears out faster than another for whatever reason, the Tubemeister will auto-bias the 2 to keep them both functioning equally, okay? And when one really goes bad, these little lights on the bottom will start lighting up to tell you, hey, this tube here is not working so hot, and you need to look at replacing it, or this one here, or whatever, or if they both go out, it'll light up like a Christmas tree. And you can also check the matching of a given set that you put in here. You stick your guitar pick in this little slot right here, and these LEDs will start flashing. And they'll actually cut out a bias to give you some kind of a figure. So it'll flash like 10 times or something, or 15 or 8, or depending on what tubes you have in there. But what it'll do is it will actually flash for each single tube. So as they're flashing together, at one point, either they'll stop both at the same time, in which case they're exactly the same, or one will keep flashing and the other one will turn off, and you'll see that the biases are no longer the same on the 2 tubes. As long as the flashing is within 3 flashes of either one, the Tubemeister can handle compensating for one tube versus another without a problem. You get beyond the 3 flashes, and you need to look at replacing to a new pair of matched EL84s. Anyway, next is the XLR out for the red box for plugging into your console, to your recording gear, PA system, whichever. And I will say it's actually line level and not mic level. So don't make the mistake and plug it directly into a mic preamp. Well, actually, you probably could do it into a mic preamp, but don't plug it into your recording interface thinking it's going to be mic level. You're going to be way in the red, and you won't be able to compensate in any way, shape, or form unless you get some kind of, like, mine is 20 dB pad switch on it or something. So get yourself one of the, and this is what Hughes and Kettner recommended, and Mr. Fastfinger also recommended to me too. Rock on, Mr. Fastfinger. Get yourself one of those XLR to 1/4 inch cables. Plug the XLR in here and put the 1/4 inch jack into your recording interface, your PA system, which will be line level, and all the levels would be just perfect, no problem at all. You got another switch, another jack here, excuse me, for a foot switch. The foot switch is you can get your own generic one as long as it's got 2 buttons. I haven't played with foot switches in a long time, so I'm a little rusty on them. But Hughes and Kettner has their own, and it's got 2 buttons on there. One's for channels, so you can switch from clean to dirty, and then the other one's to engage your boost. Turn your boost on, turn your boost off. And then we've got the effects loop here on the end, which is your effects send and return. Plug in your delays, your compressors, choruses, whatever you want to plug it into your effects loop there. If you want to run a distortion pedal or a boost pedal or something, plug it in prior to the input, upside down. All right, now going back to the front again, just real quick, got your on and off switch here, your standby, and you've got your, right here you've got your EQ, which is actually shared because it is a 2-channel amp. You got your clean, you got your dirty, but they share an EQ section. Honestly, it's not that big a compromise because it just sounds phenomenal either way, unless you really, really like a super dark, like lead distortion sound, like a death metal type thing, really dark and heavy. And on the other side, you want a really, really crystal clear, like acoustical type clean sound. Then you might need to play with some EQ pedals or distortion pedals or something like that. But in any case, you got your shared EQ, you got your bass, middle, and treble. Then moving on over here, and all this lights up like a Christmas tree when you got it all plugged in. Your lead channel, you got your gain and your master, gain here, master here, and then you've got your clean channel here, you've got your master and your gain as well. And on the clean channel, I will say, you can have the master turned up practically all the way, and the gain you could have actually turned up well over half, and even to 3/4, without really introducing a ton of distortion to the sound. It stays relatively clean. If you got super hot pickups, you might need to roll off the volume control a smidge, and it will maintain its clarity without too much trouble, without overdriving the circuit. Right here in the middle, you've got a couple of buttons that also light up. This first one here is going to be a channel select, so you can go from clean to dirty. And the other one is your boost engage, to turn your boost on. Now what that will do is it will actually kick up the volume level as well as the gain level, the amount of gain that's available to you on the lead channel. So if you can set a nice rhythm sound, sit there and hit, and then kick in the boost, and now you got like a more of a heavier metal sound, or you can use it for like a lead distortion, like a solo sound, and it's preset how much is going to boost, but you can sit there and find just the right amount and just back off of it and just kick the boost on and off whenever you want. And that's pretty much it. If you get it in the USA, I think it comes with a 3-year manufacturer warranty from Hughes and Kettner. Just make sure you send in your warranty card. And that's all I've got on the overview for right now. Stay tuned, and I will probably get a playtest for you guys out here in the near future. So for right now, Peter Cruz signing off. You guys have a great day. Rock on.